Have you ever stopped to think what it's like to face someone you love, not out of hate, but because fate forces you to? What it's like to stand against the one who taught you everything, knowing only one of you can move forward? That's exactly what we saw in Saint Seiya when Hyoga faced his master Camus of Aquarius in the coldest and most emotional battle of the sanctuary. The 12 Houses saga had already reached its boiling point. Each bronze saint carried not only the weight of fighting for Athena, but also their own ghosts. Hyoga the Cygnus saint had already lost so much and knew each step in the sanctuary brought him closer to death, but nothing could prepare him for the House of Aquarius. There stood Camus, his master, the man who had shaped him as both warrior and human. There was no anger in Camus's eyes, only a frozen determination. He knew Hyoga had to be tested, had to surpass his own limits. And what harsher lesson could there be than to face the one he most respected? The icy air of the House of Aquarius wasn't just physical cold. It was a chill in the soul. Every technique unleashed, every blow exchanged, carried more than combat. It carried history, affection, and pain. Hyoga didn't want to strike his master, but he also knew that if he didn't press on, his friends would perish and Athena would be lost. And that's how one of the most emotional battles in the anime unfolded. Cygnus versus Aquarius. Disciple against master, heart against reason. The blows were not just attacks. They were silent dialogues. Camus asked with the cold of his execution. Are you ready to go beyond me? And Hyoga answered with every strike, I must be, master. The climax came with Aurora Execution, Camus's ultimate technique, a strike that could freeze even hope itself. But Hyoga, on the edge of life and death, gathered everything he had learned, every pain, every memory, every bond, and answered with his own version of the technique. It was a clash of cosmos, not just device, but of feelings. In that moment, the line between master and student faded. Camus smiled, even in defeat, because he knew he had fulfilled his role. Hyoga wept, because he knew he had lost more than an opponent. He had lost a part of himself. This fight shows us that sometimes we must surpass those we most admire to find our own strength. It's cruel, it's painful, but it's also liberating. Camus didn't fall as an enemy, but as a master passing the torch so his disciple could move forward. And hey, taking a quick pause here, if you're someone who values practicality in daily life and loves to push limits in the kitchen, you need to check out the Ninja Foodie Grill multifunctional air fryer. It grills, air fries, bakes, and even reheats, all in one. A true ally that turned any meal into something epic. Almost like Hyoga turning Camus' legacy into strength to fight until the end. Back in the sanctuary, what makes the scene eternal is not just the spectacle of the fight, but its depth. Master and disciple were united not only by technique, but by devotion. Hyoga emerged victorious, but the victory tasted like defeat. After all, how do you celebrate when the price is losing someone so important? In the end, Camus didn't die in vain. His lesson was etched into Hyoga's heart and into ours as well. It was a reminder that growing often means saying goodbye, not because we want to, but because life demands it. So I ask you, if fate placed you, and respect, would you have the courage to fight until the end, even knowing that victory meant the irreparable loss of that bond? Or would you let the weight of your heart freeze your will to move forward?